Okay, hi guys. Today we are going to be going over classifying real numbers. So real numbers would include rational numbers and irrational numbers. Yesterday we only did rational numbers. So just a quick review from yesterday. Our natural numbers are our 1, 2, 3, 4, our counting numbers. Then our whole numbers also include 0. And then your integers are all positive and negative whole numbers. So -2, -1, and they also still include all of your whole numbers and all of your natural numbers, so also 0, 1, and 2. And then your rational numbers are any number that can be written as a fraction a over b. Okay? So today we are going to add irrational numbers to our classification. So an irrational number cannot be written as a fraction a over b. So the first example here, this is pi. This is a symbol that we'll use when we do our unit on circles. Basically what this is it's the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. You guys may have heard of it. Usually represented as 3.14, but that would be an example of an irrational number. Other examples is a lot of your square roots is the way you'll see these. So 83 is not a perfect square. Perfect square would be the square root of 4. 2 times 2 is 4. The square root of 25. 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, so 83, there's not some number times some number that's going to give me 83. So the square root of 83 would be an example. The square root of 37 would be an example. Square root of 5 would be an example. Even the square root of 10, there's not two perfect numbers that are multiplied by itself to get those. Okay. So on this next screen, this is the way it would look if you were in 8th grade math and you're classifying numbers. So in 7th grade, we cut off this irrational part. Okay, so on your tests, things like that, you would only be given this part here. Okay, and then here we have our irrational numbers. Okay, so for our irrational numbers, we have square root of 17. So again, it doesn't fit inside the rational numbers because the square root of 17 cannot be written as a fraction. The negative square root of 11, that's irrational, okay? Square root of 2 and pi. All of these are irrational, and so they're outside of this real numbers, or rational numbers. So in 7th grade, we only talk about rational numbers. In pre-AP, we add these irrational numbers, okay? Then here in our rational numbers, for our whole numbers, if you notice, it has a square root here. We have the square root of 4. Square root of 4 is allowed there because the square root of 4 is actually just 2. Okay, so since that is the square root of 2, it is technically a whole number. Okay, and we have 3, 0, 1. Again, all those are whole numbers. For our integers, we look, everything here is negative whole numbers. Okay, and then in our rational numbers, all of these can be written as fractions. Okay. So that is the key difference between our rational numbers, and then outside of your rational numbers, you have your irrational numbers.